The fluorescent lights hummed above Natasha River's desk like a swarm of restless insects. Her third cup of coffee had gone cold hours ago, bitter residue coating her tongue. 47 floors below, the city pulsed with life she barely remembered. 3 months, 92 days of proving she belonged in Gabriel Stone's world. The numbers on her screen blurred into meaningless shapes. Her body screamed for rest, but her mind refused to surrender. The Morrison contract needs revisions by 8. His voice sliced through her exhaustion. Gabriel Stone stood silhouetted against floor-to-ceiling windows, 34 years old and carved from ambition. His tailored suit fit like armor. "Of course, Mr. Stone." The words came automatically. Her fingers moved across the keyboard, mechanical and efficient, even as her vision swam. He turned. Those gray eyes studied her with the same intensity he used to dismantle competitors. Something flickered across his face, too quick to name. "You look tired." "I'm fine." The lie felt practiced, comfortable. Her mother's voice echoed in her memory. Strength meant standing alone. "When did you last eat?" Her hand paused. "I had a granola bar around noon. It's past 7. His footsteps were silent on marble as he approached. The scent of his cologne, dark and expensive, made her suddenly aware of the inches between them. Natasha. The way he said her name, lower, rougher, made her breath catch. Their eyes met. The careful distance between them evaporated. She saw loneliness in his expression, raw and unguarded, matching the hollow ache in her chest. "You're going to make yourself sick," he said quietly. The gentleness broke something inside her. The coffee cup slipped from her fingers. Ceramic exploded against marble. Hot liquid splashed across her white blouse. She jerked back, but her legs buckled. The room tilted. Darkness crept in from the edges. Strong arms caught her before she hit the floor. "Security, I need a medic in my office. Now." His voice sounded miles away as consciousness slipped through her fingers like water. Natasha woke to Egyptian cotton and moonlight. The city sprawled below like scattered diamonds, a view she didn't recognize. This wasn't her cramped studio with its water-stained ceiling. "You're awake." Gabriel sat in shadow, tie loosened, sleeves rolled to reveal forearms that shouldn't have made her pulse quicken. Stubble darkened his jaw. His perfect hair was disheveled. "Where am I?" "My apartment. The medic said you were severely dehydrated. Exhausted." He leaned forward. "I couldn't send you home alone." Heat flooded her face. "Mr. Stone, I appreciate your concern, but I can take care of myself. Can you?" The question landed like a blow. "Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you're killing yourself trying to prove something." "I'm trying to do my job." She struggled to sit up. Dizziness made the room spin. Gabriel was beside her instantly, hands gentle but firm on her shoulders. "Easy. You haven't eaten in almost 2 days. How would you know?" "Because I notice everything about you, Natasha." His voice dropped. "The way you bite your lip when you're concentrating, how you take your coffee, that you never ever ask for help." The admission hung between them like a confession. "You're my boss. I know." His jaw tightened. "Trust me, I know. She should pull away. Should remember the rules, the boundaries, the careful distance that kept her safe." Instead, she met his eyes. "Then why are you looking at me like that?" "Like what?" "Like I'm something more than a name on your payroll." Gabriel's hand moved to her face, thumb brushing her cheek. "What if you are?" Her breath caught. "This is wrong." "Probably." His lips were inches from hers. "Does that change how you feel?" The answer should have been yes. Should have been professional, distant, safe. But the truth tasted like recklessness on her tongue. "No." He kissed her. Gentle at first, then desperate, like a man drowning. Natasha's hands fisted in his shirt, pulling him closer. Every rule she'd built around her heart shattered. This was dangerous, complicated. Everything she'd sworn to avoid. She'd never wanted anything more. Gabriel pulled back, breathing hard. "If we do this, everything changes." "I know. I can't promise you easy, Natasha. My world is complicated, dark. There are things about me you don't know." "Then tell me." "I can't." Pain flashed across his face. "Not yet. But I need you to trust me." Before she could respond, His phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen and went rigid. All warmth drained from his expression, replaced by something cold and frightening. What's wrong? You need to leave. He stood suddenly a stranger. Now. Gabriel, what? Please. The word came out broken. Just go. The door to his bedroom opened. A woman stepped out. Blonde and beautiful in one of Gabriel's shirts, smiling like she owned him. Darling, are you coming back to bed? The floor dropped out from under Natasha's world. Natasha stared at the blonde woman. Beautiful, confident, everything she wasn't. Who is this, Gabriel? The woman's voice dripped with possession. No one. The words from Gabriel's mouth felt like knives. She works for me. She was sick. I was just... No one? Natasha's voice shook. She looked at Gabriel, searching for the man who'd kissed her 5 minutes ago. He wouldn't meet her eyes. Right, of course. She grabbed her shoes, vision blurring with tears she refused to shed. Not here. Not in front of them. Natasha, wait. Gabriel reached for her arm. She jerked away. Don't touch me. Let me explain. Explain what? That I'm stupid enough to believe someone like you could want someone like me? Her laugh tasted bitter. Message received, Mr. Stone, she ran. Down marble halls, past priceless art, through a life she'd never belonged to. The elevator couldn't move fast enough. When the doors finally closed, she let herself break. 3 days. That's how long she lasted before her rent came due, and reality crushed her pride. She needed this job. Hated herself for it, but she needed it. Gabriel didn't look at her when she returned. Didn't speak except to bark orders like she was nothing. The distance should have made it easier. Instead, it carved her hollow. 2 weeks passed in frozen silence. Then Marcus Webb appeared. You must be Natasha. The man in her doorway was handsome in a dangerous way, dark eyes and easy smile. I'm Marcus, Gabriel's business partner. Mr. Stone isn't here. Actually, I came to see you. He leaned against her desk. I heard you've been having a rough time. Gabriel can be difficult. I'm fine, are you? His voice dropped, conspiratorial. Because between you and me, I think he's been treating you unfairly. You're brilliant, Natasha. You deserve better. Something about his tone set her nerves on edge, but he kept coming back. Lunches, coffee. Slowly, carefully, he became a friend when she desperately needed one. Gabriel's hiding something, Marcus said one night over wine. Something big. About Stone Enterprises. I don't want to know. Even if it means he's been lying to everyone? Stealing from his own company? Marcus pulled out a folder. I have proof, but I need your help to stop him. Natasha's hands trembled as she looked at the documents. Numbers that didn't add up. Transfers to offshore accounts, all bearing Gabriel's signature. Why are you showing me this? Because you're the only one he trusts with access to his private files. I need the original documents. The ones he keeps in his office safe. You want me to steal from him? I want you to help me save this company before he destroys it. And everyone in it. Including you. She thought of Gabriel's cold dismissal. The blonde woman. The way he'd made her feel worthless. What do you need? Marcus smiled. The code to his safe. 3 nights later, Natasha stood in Gabriel's dark office, hands shaking as she opened the safe. The documents were there, exactly where Marcus said they'd be. She reached for them. What are you doing? She spun. Gabriel stood in the doorway, lit by city lights, his face a mask of betrayal. Gabriel, I can explain. Can you? He stepped closer. Or were you working with Marcus this whole time? What? No! He said you were stealing, and you believed him. Something died in his eyes. After everything, you believed him over me. You made me no one. You had another woman in your bed 5 minutes after kissing me. That was Victoria. My sister. His voice cracked. She showed up after her divorce, drunk and falling apart. I was trying to protect you from my mess, and you thought... The words hit like a punch. Your sister? I should have told you. But I was scared. Scared that if you knew how broken my family is, how broken I am, you'd run. He laughed bitterly. Guess I was right. Gabriel, please. Marcus showed me documents, forgeries. All of them. Marcus has been embezzling for months. I've been building a case against him, but I needed proof. He looked at the papers in her hands. Those are the only originals. Without them, he walks away free, and you just handed them to him. Horror crashed over her. No, get out. His voice was empty. "You're fired. And if I ever see you again, I'll have you arrested for corporate espionage." "Gabriel, please listen. I loved you." The words broke them both. "And you destroyed me." Security appeared in the doorway. Gabriel turned away as they escorted her out, and Natasha realized she'd just made the biggest mistake of her life. Natasha spent 2 weeks drowning. No job, no references, no Gabriel. The hole he'd left was bigger than her entire cramped apartment. Then Marcus called. "I heard Gabriel fired you." "Terrible, really. He's paranoid lately." His voice oozed false sympathy. "Meet me tomorrow. I have a proposition." She almost declined. Almost. But rent was due, and Pride didn't pay bills. The restaurant was expensive. Too expensive. Marcus ordered champagne like they were celebrating. "Here's the deal. I'm taking over Stone Enterprises. Gabriel's losing his mind, making enemies. The board's ready to vote him out." He slid an envelope across the table. "I need you to testify that he was abusive, erratic, maybe throw in some harassment claims. You want me to lie. I want you to survive. There's $50,000 in that envelope. First installment. Do this, and I'll give you a position in my new company. Better than anything Gabriel ever offered." Natasha stared at the envelope. $50,000. Enough to breathe again. All she had to do was destroy the man she loved. "I need time to think. You have 24 hours. She didn't go home. Instead, she found herself outside Stone Enterprises at midnight, staring up at the tower that used to feel like possibility. The security guard recognized her, sympathy in his eyes. "Rough break?" "Ms. Rivers, for what it's worth, Mr. Stone's been a wreck since you left. Jerry, I need to get something from my old desk. Please." He shouldn't have let her up. But Jerry had always been kind. He handed her a visitor's badge. The office was exactly as she'd left it. Except for one thing. A file folder on her desk labeled Natasha. Inside were documents. Real ones. Marcus's actual embezzlement records. Bank transfers, forged signatures, everything. And a note in Gabriel's handwriting. "I collected this evidence before I met you. I never suspected you were involved. I should have told you the truth about Victoria, about Marcus, about how much you meant to me. I'm sorry I was too broken to trust you with my heart. The board meeting is tomorrow at noon. Marcus will destroy everything I've built, but I won't drag you into this. You deserve better than my war. Stay safe, Natasha, and know that loving you was the only thing I didn't regret." Tears blurred her vision. He'd protected her. Even after she'd betrayed him, her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Come to the warehouse on 5th. Come alone. We need to talk about Gabriel. M. Marcus." Her blood went cold. This wasn't a business meeting. She called Gabriel. No answer. Called his office. His assistant's voice was panicked. "Ms. Rivers, thank God. Mr. Stone left hours ago. Said he had to meet someone about Marcus. We haven't heard from him since." The warehouse. Gabriel was walking into a trap. Natasha grabbed the evidence and ran. The warehouse was dark, the kind of darkness that swallowed sound. She heard voices deeper inside. Marcus's smooth tone. Gabriel's rough reply. "You think you've won?" Marcus laughed. "I've got the board, the company, everything. You're finished." "Then why am I here?" "Because I want to watch you beg." Natasha crept closer. Through grimy windows, she saw Gabriel on his knees, blood trickling from his temple. 3 men surrounded him. Marcus stood apart, holding a gun like it was a toy. "Last chance. Stone, sign over your shares, or I put a bullet in you and blame it on a robbery gone wrong." "Go to hell." Marcus raised the gun. Natasha burst through the door. "Stop!" Every head turned. Gabriel's eyes went wide with horror. "Natasha, run!" She ignored him. Held up her phone, screen glowing. "I just sent copies of Gabriel's evidence to the SEC, the FBI, and every major news outlet." "It's over, Marcus." Marcus's face contorted. "You stupid bitch. You just killed him." The gun swung toward Gabriel. Natasha didn't think. She lunged. The gunshot was deafening. Pain exploded through her shoulder as she crashed into Gabriel, knocking him aside. The world tilted. Sirens wailed in the distance. Marcus ran. Gabriel caught her as she fell, his face above hers, terrified and beautiful. "Why?" His voice broke. "Why would you do that?" "Because I love you." Blood stained her lips when she smiled. Because you're not no one to me. You never were. Stay with me. Please, Natasha, stay with me. His words followed her into darkness. Natasha woke to the sterile smell of hospital disinfectant and the steady beep of monitors. Her shoulder throbbed beneath layers of bandages. Sunlight streamed through windows, warm and forgiving. Gabriel sat beside her bed, unshaven and exhausted, his hand wrapped around hers like he was afraid she'd disappear. "Hey," her voice came out scratchy. His head snapped up. Relief crashed across his face, followed by something that looked like anguish. "You're awake. Thank God you're awake." He pressed her hand to his lips. "The doctor said you'd be okay, but I couldn't." "How long?" 3 days. You lost a lot of blood. The bullet went through your shoulder. Clean shot, they said. Lucky." His laugh was hollow. "Lucky. Marcus?" "Arrested. The evidence you sent buried him. FBI picked him up at the airport." Gabriel's jaw tightened. "He'll spend the next 20 years in prison." "Good. Good?" Gabriel stood abruptly, running hands through his hair. "Natasha, you almost died. You took a bullet meant for me. There's nothing good about that. I saved you. You shouldn't have had to." His voice cracked. "This is my fault, all of it. I pushed you away when I should have held on. I made you feel worthless when you were everything. And then you nearly died because I was too damaged to love you properly." "Gabriel." "I'm broken, Natasha. My father was a monster who taught me that emotion was weakness. That trust was a liability. I built walls so high I forgot how to climb down." He sank back into the chair. "But you made me want to try. You made me believe I could be something other than the cold bastard everyone thinks I am." She reached for his face with her good hand. "You're not broken. You're human, scared and scarred, just like me. How can you still look at me like that, after everything I put you through? Because I see you, Gabriel. Not the CEO, not the billionaire. The man who caught me when I fell, who worried about when I ate, who kissed me like I was air and he was drowning." Her thumb brushed his cheek. "The man who left evidence to protect me even after I betrayed him." "You didn't betray me. Marcus manipulated you. I should have trusted you with the truth. We both made mistakes, but I'm here now. And so are you." She pulled him closer. "So what do we do about it?" "I don't know how to do this. How to be with someone, really be with them." "Neither do I. My mother taught me that needing people made you weak. That love was just another word for vulnerability." She smiled. "But maybe we can figure it out together. Maybe we can be broken and scared and still choose each other. You almost died for me. And I'd do it again. That's how love works, isn't it? You take 1,000 bullets for the people who matter." Gabriel leaned forward, forehead against hers. "You matter. God, Natasha, you matter more than anything. Then kiss me. And this time, don't run." He did. Soft and gentle and full of promises neither of them knew how to keep yet. But they'd learn. Together. "I'm not going back to being your assistant," she said when they broke apart. "Good. Because I'm promoting you to partner. Equal shares. Equal say. If you'll have me. Partners." She tested the word. "In business and in life? If you're crazy enough to want that." "I took a bullet for you, Gabriel. I think we're past questions of sanity." He laughed, real and unguarded and beautiful. The sound filled the hospital room like light. "I love you, Natasha Rivers. I'm going to spend the rest of my life proving I'm worth the risk you took. I love you too, even though you're impossible and stubborn and emotionally constipated." "Emotionally constipated?" "You literally have a sister named Victoria and you let me think she was your girlfriend." In my defense, I panicked. You're a billionaire CEO. You don't panic. I do when it comes to you. He kissed her again. "I always will." Outside, the city hummed with life and possibility. Inside, 2 broken people held each other, learning that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let someone see your scars. That love isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to try. 6 months later, Natasha stood beside Gabriel at the groundbreaking ceremony for Stone Enterprises' new youth center. Her shoulder still ached when it rained. His nightmares still woke them both sometimes. But they faced it together. "You know," Gabriel whispered as cameras flashed, "I used to think the empire was everything. And now?" He looked at her, gray eyes soft with something that used to terrify him. "Now I know the empire means nothing if I have no one to share it with." That's disgustingly romantic. You bring out my disgustingly romantic side. Good. She squeezed his hand. Because you're stuck with me now. Promise? Promise. They kissed as the crowd applauded. Two people who'd almost destroyed each other learning instead to build something beautiful from the wreckage. Love wasn't easy. It wasn't safe. But it was worth every scar, every tear, every moment of terror. It was worth everything. The end.